Hello, the game has started and it's my opponent to go first. I have a pretty decent rack to begin with. The F and the C not great together generally, but through the right floater I could have a bingo. So for example an O infector or frenetic through an E. Interface would be a 9, that wouldn't work. And I have the IER ending. That doesn't seem to be going anywhere. So opponent doesn't play an O or an E, which is a shame. Does the A assist? It almost certainly does. Craft. No, it just doesn't seem to want to yield a bingo. What about a compound word like fire? Fire can't. No. Wow, just can't see it. So what about something just basic like fent? Or ferric 26 H hotspot. What about ferric here? Oh, ferric is 2 R's, I think. Yeah, that's so I think just fent looks okay for 23. Not a great pickup. Lurching onto a G. No G available. Urchin. And is there an I word? Incur. 26. Opponent likely to play in that spot, or maybe he'll play through the T, a 4-timer. Or better yet, a bingo. So, a few options. I suppose I could have played. No, I was thinking of refit, but AF no good. So, what to do? Close with the right floater. I would have a bingo. Now, do I have a potential 4-timer? Opponent does bingo. Doesn't provide a G for lurching. What about much over here? 33. Not a bad score. 32. I like getting rid of the U and the clunky consonants. Yeah, much. Not a great pickup. Duplicate R's and opponent bingos. So looking a little bit worse for wear here. Could play Sank. 30. V and W, not great. Opponent has a good run at the moment. So I've got Valor here, or from A1 down. It's obviously better here, so I'll go with Valor there for 43. It's balancing up a little bit better now, but I'm well behind. Par down, no. Pro wand, no. Now I could play Wop just to sort the rack out. 29, decent rack leave. Vug takes another G as well as a H. I plays underneath the Q. So Wop looks decent in terms of balancing the rack and keeping the score ticking along. And I do have an N for Exxon or Fawn. I'll go with this. Not great. Duplicated a couple of tiles. Brand as a 5. R-band, no. Could play nab for 24, but duplicate D not great. Dan 18. Opponent plays off just 2 tiles. That's ominous. Ban 21. Not bad. I've drawn a blank there. Durned, I think, might be good. Derated is good. Fawn takes a Y and an S. Do I have a bingo with the blank as an S? Opponent's play of Mel provides an opening. So derated does now play. Could play it here actually. Derated 81. 77. D-rated 81. Scores are more or less level, but opponent close to a bingo, I feel. After he just played off IE, I would have thought he'd be very close. I've got Ghost on the rack. Almost ghosting. Still no I for playing underneath the Q. Hog takes another G. I've got a G. 24. How many vowels to come? 16. 19 consonants, more or less balanced. Wow. Thong. Gee, that's gifting opponent a bingo in the trip lane. Ghosting through an eye. Wow. So close. Hog. What about hog here? Two Y's to come and Vuggy is good. I've got an S. Yeah, I think I will go with this. Just to keep it volatile. Is there something here? Jedi's, good score by opponent. Ten aced, no. I've got neatest. Neatest doesn't currently play. Allen is no good. NEA, no. Neatest. Thog. Don't think thog is a thing. No, thong, but not thog. What about the H? Enthates, no. So, what to do? Ellen, definitely not good. No. I never know which new words have been introduced. What about Tains? 27. Or cent. 28. Steen. 30. I'm still behind. Jedi's was a big score. 58, essentially a bingo. What about an iPlay? Don't really have one. Derv. Not a bad rack leave, but not great. Yeah, this was a hot spot with an S and 2 Y's and a blank to come. I really needed to take that out. Pity I couldn't play a parallel to Hog, but I didn't have anything to go next to the G. I can't play under the J for the same reason. Alec is good and Sive is good. Civet, 29. Just looking at players here. Not seeing anything. I'm going with Civet. Okay, what do we have here? Opponent, if he has the F, has a monster play down there. Probably wasn't the best move, but I just couldn't see a decent score. Air. Yeah, opponent scores well there. Wira is the best I can see here for 47. And scores are more or less level, but geez, my opponent's got a big score here coming up, I can tell you. Along the side, I won't be able to come back from that. Wira for 47, I don't think there was anything better. Aero, something or other. Can't see it. 246. Uthaka. Yeah, just can't see anything decent. I think opponent just had too much artillery at the end of the game there. Just couldn't seem to come back. Uthaka for 18. So 413 to me, 457 to opponent. Thank my opponent for the game. Let's see what we missed. Back to the beginning, and opponent had packs to start with. So no bingo here. Infect for 25 is simming best, leaving a whole bunch of floaters. Fent was, yeah, Fent wasn't bad, I don't think. Mid-airs for 84 or triadism. Mid-airs came down and much was simming much the same as the other two on top of them. Although, let's see Cheru. That's quite nice. Better rack leave. And highest... Oh, no. 1 point less. Churm, also good for 36. Churm's not bad, yeah. Not too much between those. Goited for 62 comes down, and now opponents are well in the lead, 120 points roughly. Sank for 30 was fine, and then opponents got a monster Z play here. Luz for 66. Now I'm 150 points behind. Valor was simming best from this point, and then opponents got beauties for 86 through the eye, and pluralizing sank. Wow, big play. Doesn't spot it, goes with butt, and now add down for 34 looks pretty good. Ah, look at that. Yeah, add down would have been nice. Although simming quite similar, only half a point of equity, so WAP is still good because of the rack leave. Val heavy for opponent, and he plays off Ire. Now I've got, yeah, they're all just in the early to mid 20s. Went with ban. Now opponent, great rack, but no playable bingo. And items for 36 would have given him a nice little cushion. Goes with Mel. Now, D grade would have been the better scoring. I went with D rated, but D grade, getting the D doubled but opening the trip lane. So not crazy about that. Even though I did give access to this triple word square, that leaving the D there gives opponent much more flexibility to score and balance his rack. So that was fine. Now opponent's still a bit Val heavy. Goes with Pew. And Hog for 27, simming pretty high up. The other spot for Hog I did consider, but nah, just too volatile with 2 S's and a blank to come. So happy with my spot, even though it did actually create some hot spots there. Now opponents got the S, Jedi's 458, scores are like dead level more or less, and 58 puts opponent in the lead by about a bingo now. And I took a while with this rack. I just couldn't accept the fact that neatest wouldn't go down on the board and nothing else on offer. Eaton for 27 was quite nice underneath Jedi's. Wow, that could have been worth doing. And a decent rack leave. Yeah, I do like that. I went with Steen. It was 30 points, slightly more, but I've wrecked the rack. Opponent now has a 30-point lead roughly. Phones was best for 39. He goes with Nonette. And reset. I considered Derv during the game, but reset, and very nice. That was a good score, 33. That would have put me on 350. And I wouldn't have given much back to opponent, but anyway, I went with civet. Now opponent's got a few big plays here in the late 30s. Goes with K, top right, and Wirra was best by quite a margin, so I kind of had to go for it. Yeah, at this point the game's lost because unless I play off 4 tiles, but the board's relatively easy to block for opponent because there aren't many bingo lanes. There is a tricky one through the H, but if I played where and opponent, yeah, be interesting. It would, I think it would have been fairly Val heavy, but if opponent blocks this here, he wins. I wonder if he could have blocked both. Maybe where would have been the play. I didn't count the tiles in the bag. That's a rookie error. And this might have given me a chance at bingoing. I didn't think about forking the board like that. So that could be, yeah, I think that could have been a potential win because where takes an S, I think. But I think Wirra was a losing play, even though it's simming best. Now opponent's got foiled for 49, and as you can see there's only 6 in the bag. I would have potentially had the R. If I played where, I would have retained the R, giving me Aerobot and Ute. So if opponent blocked, identified that, blocked that, then where, I'm just thinking about making the blank an S. I don't think these tiles plus an R. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to work out, but I think opponent would have had it anyway, even if I played where. But where would have given me at least a chance at winning. But maybe Uthike, which is a 5-vowel 8 ending in AE. I don't know. Hanging on to the R was, yeah, playing where would have been the better move, I think. So that was the end. So it would have been these tiles plus an R. Opponent plays that, and then a bingo would have won it if this rack plus an R, making the blank an S. Is there anything? I can't see it. And I can't make the blank an I don't think. Anyway, let me know what you think if you could have seen a bingo with this rack plus an R and WAIR taking the S, or potentially playing through the R. Aerators. Yeah, that would have worked. If opponent played foiled and I had the R, Aerators would have won it. Interesting. Very close at the end. I hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.